Thank you very much for staying with us on TVC Breakfast. Of course, ahead of Saturday's elections, where Imo will also be partaking in, residents in Imo State will also be trooping out to choose their preferred candidate in the governorship election. Just before we bring up our discussion on the NLC situation that occurred at the airport on Thursday, let's speak with TVC correspondent Solomon Ajuziogu, who is standing by for us in Iche, Imo State, to tell us about preparations ahead of Saturday's elections. Of course, you've been giving us, you and the rest of the crew that is, have been giving us updates regarding the situation in Imo State. But what are you reading less than a day to the elections right now?
Well, it's less than 24 hours to the D-Day, Kemi. The Independent National Elections Commission, INEC, has deployed all the machinery, sensitive and non-sensitive materials to the voting areas across the 27 local governments of the state. The security forces have also deployed. They've taken delivery of new logistics and assets to provide security in all the 27 local governments and to stem any kind of violence. Yesterday, the DIG on special elections duty in Imo State, Frank Mba, unveiled those trucks, gun trucks, all models of military vehicles, security vehicles for the operations, and they are good to go. Here, the most biting, the hardest thing for the people here so far has been the debilitating effect of the blackouts by the labor union. The electricity supply here has been a huge problem, and we hope that that will not have a negative impact at all with the electronic devices needed for the elections. You know, the electronic device, the BVAS, is critical to the elections here in Imo and, of course, across everywhere else in Nigeria. So far, we are counting down and we are waiting for the elections here in Imo State.
Solomon, talk to us about the mood of the people in preparations ahead of tomorrow. You just talked about the issue of the blackout, which will definitely dampen, their mood, definitely, and also affecting their businesses. But is it in any way affecting the processes which INEC is trying to carry out in terms of moving some of these sensitive materials and having to recharge their machine batteries on getting these systems ready for tomorrow?
I think that the good thing about the outage, well, in a way, is that it has come, well, days before the elections. The electoral umpire already has a headway, sort of, an upstart for this. So they would have prepared for this. Usually the electronic devices used for elections are kept charged over a period of time, and then they wait to be deployed on election day. So I do not foresee that there will be a problem with that, because these devices have long battery life for elections day. So far, that has not been a problem, and we do not envisage that it's going to be a problem once they are fully charged. The only other problem is the way the people are looking at the elections. Are they ready to vote? Well, that's up to them, and we cannot say anything categorical about this, except we wait for the election day to see the turnout. We expect the people to go out and cast their votes, and this is exactly what the security agencies have been up and about to provide adequate security. On the police side alone, we have over 25,000 men for these operations in Imo State. We've not talked about the military deployment. We've not talked about the DSS deployment. We've not talked about the civil defense deployment. We've not talked about, other security agencies that are involved in all of this, just for the police alone. And you have a whole lot of assorted teams of police officers taking part in this: the SWAT team, the tactical team, the anti-terrorist groups, the mobile police force, having more than 30 units coming for these elections. All of these, the police say they are trying to raise the people's confidence, to tell them that, look, you can come out and vote. You can come out and cast your vote without fear of intimidation. What they are here for is to secure the votes. The political parties have also re-echoed the same thing, that the security agencies that are here in their thousands are here to secure the votes, to ensure that there is a level playing field for everybody. They are not here to help any of the candidates get the results. They are here to help the people have the confidence to come out and vote without let at the polling units.
Solomon, let's quickly find out the impact of the fact that Labour didn't allow any flights into Imo State from Abuja and the Lagos airport. How is that impacting activities in Imo right now?
Well, if flights don't come in, then people don't come in by airplanes into the city. But then people still come in by road. So those who have business to do by road, who can make it by road, are making it into the city and into the state. But, you know, one of the feelings that people here have is, where do we draw the line between labor activities and politics? You know, this has been a standing issue, some standing issue here in Imo State and in Owerri particularly. Here, the people are going about their jobs, and it seems that the labor union, the local labor union here, are not involved. The local labor unions here are not involved with the national labor unions activities here. They don't seem to be in tandem with them about this. The people here are working, they are doing their jobs. Everybody is doing what he is supposed to do. The local union here does not agree with the national union, and it seems that it's all politics. We don't know, but that's the way some of the people here feel.
Solomon Ajuziogu reporting live from us from Iche in Imo State ahead of Saturday's governorship election in the state. Thank you very much for the updates. We count on you and the rest of the crew for more updates as the day unfolds.